falling into a trap. I'm already pulling my hip. Not this though. I don't want to come here. Oh, keep the line. He can cut me. That's good. But I already pull my hip, so he can't cut. So that's why that one-handed exercise helps right here. Again, cutting motion. I don't want to put any extraneous energy in my shoulders, very soft. So go slow. As if I'm trying to throw the bookend. Extension. Hip fully pull. Gideon rush. Right, Shidachi attacking sword. I need to cut for him, right? So make sure on the last one, here. If I cut here, he has nothing to work with, right? But I want to make sure my alignment is head or wrist, doesn't change. I'm trying to kill him, right? So that should feel definitive on the end, right? Here, he makes the opening. Cut through, down, cut through. And then he's controlling that line right down the center. Switch. I wait. I'm already there, so I don't have to win. I don't have to beat him. I just have to be in the good placement, right? Here. Already I'm holding that line. Does that make sense? So I don't need to cut. Here. I don't need to, if I hit and he hits, yeah, hold the line. You can cut right through me. That's right. Again. Right? But if I cut and pull my hip, right, then I can control the line. People understand the difference? I'm not, if you cut slow, cut slow, but instead I want to hold that line by pulling my hip and cutting with weight and he's sucking. So again, back to the kata. Okay, we'll try that. When you're doing the, as he's doing the movement from here to there, as I'm doing, I cannot move my back foot at all. Same thing from just a wase from Show to wase. My back foot can stay. If we had more time, we would have just stay. That's one. Show. That's one. My back foot shouldn't move. Back foot doesn't move. Here. Back foot doesn't move. You don't readjust at all. Right? So the whole kata. question was asked from here. How many times you go back? You could vary it. I think it's good to vary it. Just because then the kata stays alive. It's not, it doesn't become complacent. So you always have to feel rather than remember. So just to relate the movements from here, from a men's ski, Shidoin men's ski. Any of these movements. Coming. Here to the side, open it. Right? From the first movement we did, right? And Kiri Tosh, the last movement we did. From Shidoin men's ski, open the bit. Right. To side, right for the first movement. And from here, without stepping, right? If he has a weapon in his hand and I step, right? So as he cuts with the backhand, I already should be moving. We'll try two variations, okay? Right.
And then pick a side. And this works better if you're not 12. And maybe other side. And then you can still do it. And then you have all this stuff. Thank you. So this works for an icon variation. This works because I've got a partner who just decides to be stiff and just stand there. So I can't move in front, and she's not letting me kind of move to the side. So I've got to create the movement by opening it this way. As a surprise move, it only works once or twice, because then they figure it out. But as practice, That's the idea, is that your partner is not going to move, so you've got to make her move. You don't want to move into this, you don't want to move that way because she's stopping you. So you cut it over here, and then you do this. And you want to keep in close so that you can do a tummy to the ribs as you go in, if you can. If you're too far out, you're just working on her arm, you're not working on her body. So here, and here. Once I'm here, I have all sorts of things I can do. And this time I'm going to do kaitanage. So I'm just going to push it down, grab it, kaitanage. Okay? Kaitanage. So, again, this is sort of a reaction to like, you're just doing a basic grab, double part, another thing that can happen is as you're doing this and you stand there, you might want to do a little bit of an attending there. Make sure it gets out of the way. Okay. So then, oh, sorry, hold on. He's giving me the perfect little sankyo here, so I'm going to take advantage of that. It's right there. Okay? Now, what happens after you get the sankyo, which is a wonderful gift, thank you, Eddie, depends on how he's going to react. Again, it's the same thing when you're doing this entrance. It's because we usually just want to be direct, right? We go in, and he's just standing there, so I've got to like move in. If he's seeing a good uke, I can do a regular sankyo. Okay? So, I wanted to do that to him, sorry. But if he's kind of like being a bad uke and not moving when I try to do this, at this point, I can make him go around. When I make him go around, it depends again how he moves. If he actually moves nicely, but if I go around and he doesn't really want to go down, you can do that. Okay? So here, he's going to be a nice guy. Here, he's kind of a nice guy. He goes around, but he gives me a chance to go this. And if he does something like this, but we're not doing that, not yet. So here, he's being kind of a nice guy, and I'm going to do sankyo this way too. A regular old sankyo. Did you just do this side? Here, we have him here, and he's not doing a very nice guy at all, as Eddie is wont to be. Then up, and over. Follow the movement. Okay? So make groups, small groups, 4 or 6 people, and just do the sankyo in those 3 different ways. And okay, just give a little resistance here or there or not. Okay? You want to maintain eye contact. Here, if I let go, this is so here, this is contact. Okay? Experts in this. Add one more variation. So we kept calling he's not he's being medium nice. So here, I got him around, but he's going to go a little bit too much. So I can't do this because he's too far back. I can't do a regular sankyo because again he's too far back. So I'm going to follow his movement. Step in. So variation number 4, okay? So you come in. And again, when you do this, the main thing is getting the sankyo. It doesn't really matter. The rest is just sort of like the fun that happens after you get it. But the main thing is I want to get him into the sankyo. That's the most important thing. So I got him to the sankyo, and he's just too enthusiastic for me. So I'll let him go around, step back, pivot. That will tell you which leg to go down. Okay? So here, because I know people struggle with the Makutoshi. So here, I'm facing this way. As I grab his arm, I pivot. This leg will automatically go down, and I can't fall. Okay? All right, so that's variation number 4. So do all 4. You can stay in the same groups or change groups up, depending on how you like your partners. No, pivot. No, your entire body pivots. Now, which knee will go down? Yep, there you go. If that knee goes in, if that knee is up, you can roll over and take it out. That hurts.
I should do it. So when you go to do this, right, we're not doing kokyunage, kokyuho, hitoi iriminage, right? So be careful about putting your hand across their front like this, because now he has gyakutenage and he's going to throw me, right? Hijiate, right? You put your elbow into their face. You don't put your arm across their body. You put your elbow into their face. Then you move and take them out. Okay? Hey, a couple more. So now, uregarame. Still working on all three attacks, okay? So when I get to this position here, I'm going to use the articulation in his elbow, And this hand is going to slide around to the knife edge of his hand. So like you got a crab claw and you're going to grab the knife edge of his hand. It just slides around from on top. But don't try to move him like this. He's going to be strong if he's standing here. So I'm pulling, right, to break his balance, and I'm moving the knife towards him as I rotate. He doesn't like that. Right? Show him in. So still all 3 attacks, right? Just keep rotating around. Both hands on top, just like we started with kotegaishi. Both hands on top. Then I'm going to move, I'm going to articulate his elbow to break his balance, just as if I were doing Sumio Doshi, right? And I'm going to rotate around front, so I'm going to slide in front to keep that arm moving towards him. Okay? Uregarame. Just as we did with kotegaishi, right? But you just start with both hands on top. I'm going to break his balance here, right? Then, right? Now, where I position my hand is not towards his wrist, but towards his elbow, so that I can do a sumi otoshi type movement, okay? Then you don't change your grip, right? So we started with shihosabai. So my hands are on top. Then don't take your hand off, because he's going to take the knife away, right? Just let your hand rotate around, right? There's a variation where you can just pull it to your body and it's like you're doing gokyo, right? But you just keep moving around so that the knife comes towards him. Okay? Both hands on top. We had several questions about this, so we'll talk about this. So, the question is, how do you grab the knife? Okay, and first off, remember, we're not just standing here and trying to do this right in front of him. Don't let me do it. Don't let me do it. Right? I can try to do this all day long. It's not going to work. He doesn't want me to put the knife towards him. He's trying to get me with it. I need to break his balance. So you have to take it here. Then you move him around. Once you get here, you can hold like gokyo and just take the knife away. Okay? Hey. We just tried a couple of different things now off of right? So instead of tension, right? Instead of tension, now slide E, right? And I'm going to twist. We could do uregarame here. Some people call this rokyo. But instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to, the hand is going to come down to the wrist, and I'm just going to use nikyo to take the knife away. So, right, slide irimi, right? Then I just rotate and I feed into this hand. Then it's just like doing nikyo, and as I do it, I just take the knife away. So, slide irimi, turn, feed to your outside hand. Then you want your hand is on the wrist, right? Nikyo always works perpendicular to the forearm, right? So if his arm presents like this, I'm going to do nikyo like this. If his elbow drops, I'm going to do nikyo like this. If his elbow is up, I'm going to do nikyo like this. So once we get in from here, his elbow is kind of up. So I'm just going to move my hand towards his wrist for nikyo, and then take the knife away. Okay? Ready? He doesn't want me to do this, so don't try to do this with your arms. Move your hip, right? These muscles are a lot bigger than these muscles, so move your hip. Then once you feed into this hand, then you just use the Nikyo and take the knife away. Okay? You got to move your hips. Right? So you need to move slide irimi. You want elbow to elbow contact, right? I don't want too much articulation to her elbow because she'll just pull it back and cut me, right? Elbow to elbow contact, and then I'm going to immediately just put my hand on here, but I don't try to grab or manipulate here, right? Instead, I want to feed all of this way, right? Right now, you draw vectors from our centers, right? And they intersect. So it's a toss-up as to who is going to be in control. But if I turn to my center, right, now I'm in control of her arm. This hand holds the wrist. This one, as I turn back with the Nikyo, takes the knife away. Okay, so block, the hand goes here. Your elbow controls her elbow as you open your hips. You feed it to the other hand. Then you control the Nikyo and take the knife away. Okay? Hey. And then you just rotate your hips and push. That's it, right? That's it. So, Showman, right? I don't want to stay here. So there's a little slide irimi to the outside, right? Then just put your hand inside on their pulse, okay? Now, we're just gonna play with the way the anatomy works, right? Don't drop this hand, okay? That's not gonna be good for you. You leave this hand up here, and then I'm gonna push through her shoulder. So, a little bit outside, this hand comes in just as if we were gonna do Gokyo, right? But leave this hand up here and instead push through her elbow. And so I push and then I pull, right? It's as if I could kick her in the face when her head drops, right? A little bit off the line, hand on the pulse, push through the elbow and then pull. A little off the line, Gokyo, push and pull. Okay, just play with that.
Try to move it. Move it. Stop, and stop, and then take. That's all you can. So try to move this point, find that angle where you roll to that point and then redirect it. Then set it, okay? Try moving in a non-kinetic way, so just try to calmly move the feet. Okay, try this. Right up here. Working on timing, working on this phase here. Groups of 3 or 4, but 4 should be twice. Try match this time. Ash your ash. Ash your ash. All the vectors going in one direction. That goes from here, bring it back. Right? So everything goes that way. Okay, when you look here, don't go like here. Go. Try connection here, come up, turn, match. Okay, group of 4. Whoa. Now you're gauging this distance, he's gauging your distance. And the next person. Okay? Gauging this distance, he's gauging this distance. I'm not trying to go fast. It's not like here, it's trying to match this time, trying to get a rhythm. want no skill, just for working on positioning. Just try not to add any arm muscle to it, but not add. Just focus on your arm coming up, arm coming down, arm coming up, coming down. Position yourself, over the grab, cut. I'm working on like, the idea that, okay, his arm is my sword, and I'm cutting his neck with my sword. As opposed to, I'm cutting there and I'm missing the target. Here's my sword, here's his neck. So also when you cut though, it's, you shut him with a sword, do this. You doesn't push up like this. Once you raise your arm up, you swing down and cut, as opposed to like that. So, try to keep that in mind. When your shoulders are relaxed, you're not pushing up. For me, you're not pushing up. You're just keeping this structure, and then your arm cuts. And you just hope that you cut the right target. Another thing is too, when you do the arc, if you think about cutting, that at some point the two arcs intersect. If I think about cutting his neck, I'm aiming at his neck. That's jarring. If you can think about cutting and laying the sword down, for me, it's less jarring on uke. Kind of like casting that over uke. So it's like more placing the sword down and then controlling your opponent's body here. Try to keep this kind of casting here. So as opposed to being, this is effective, this is cool. Like taking apart the sword and just cut their head off. But if you want to think about being compassionate, trying to lay the sword down. That means your hands all go in the same direction. There's no cupping of move. There's none of this. That's not. You're trying to get posture like this. You can still be gentle, but still maintain this posture. Still keep your shoulders open. Everything's still open, back still straight. Okay. As opposed to being gentle or being mouthy in the posture like this, it's all going to face balls. You still need to have this kind of position, just sudden motion. Okay. You have to keep that on. Okay, keep that on. First one is the opening. Keep it on. Turn just a little bit, step back. Reaction. Opening, step in. This is out. This is before my line. Turn a little bit, and step back. Reaction. Second version. Here. Step back and move back into this way. First version. Second version. Same sword analogy here. Stepping back, cutting the person's back, cutting the neck. Here. Stepping back, cutting their head. Well, we get this down. We get this down. This is your sword. All right, let's practice.
3, pull the jaw, advance and strike the head. Oh, the last part, this is the second part of the kata. Actually, this is the first part. We're doing the second part. So put them together and then become the
bigger kata. Eric attacks. 1, 2, 3. So now comes the difficult part. I get out of the way. Yeah, that's the hard part. 1, 2, 3. Hold and hold out of the line before he hits. It's hard, it's very hard. The movement itself is really hard. So we're going to do it together. Hold out of the line, and from underneath you're going to hit him, and you're going to try. It's pretty hard. The elbow is going to be glued to your chest, palm. So it's like one piece. There's no separation between the jaw and your body. You're going to try to finish pushing the jaw from underneath. So let's do the last part together. So left foot in the front. So we're going to hold the jaw. You hold, then palm of the hand. Step with the right leg. And then you're going to turn the jaw. Palm is going to push the jaw up. And then left palm is going to push the jaw. And it's going to be like the extension of your forearm. Yeah, it's pretty hard. So left in the front. Once you pull it, you start to get out of the line. Palm, push the jaw up. Left is going to push forward. You're going to finish out of the line. Okay, you take the solid path. Nice to have someone really well. So left in the front. 1, right. So you're going to switch down, and then you push the jaw. Finish. You try to hit the solid path. 1, 2, 3. You're going to be at a 45-degree angle. So 1, 2, step to the side, flip the jaw, and push. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now hold this part of the kata, this side. So 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, ski. Right and one, 2, 3. Pull the jaw, right. Again, 1, 2, ski. Pull the jaw, right. Again, to the side, back to the line. Ski, pull the jaw, step forward. From underneath. All right, let's try it. Yeah. Oh. So you can reach.